My next guest is a returning guest of the show, Olympic silver medalist and former bantamweight champion, to name but a few of his accolades. It is Mr. Wayne McCullough, Irish legend. How are you, Wayne? First of all, good to have you back on the show. It's been. I think last time we spoke was. Good, yeah. I think last time we spoke was. I think it was Pacquiao and Mayweather. So.
Yeah, well, I suppose that 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, a good time. How's all in Santa Monica? How are you keeping?
Good. You just mentioned the Olympics earlier. Yesterday was 25 years when I people say when I won the silver medal, I always say to people, but I lost.
Is it 25 years?
Yeah, but me and Joel Casimiro are good friends, and I texted him last night, and I told him, and he's like, I can't believe it. I couldn't believe it 25 years ago. So we have a respect for each other.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
I mean, we're good friends. Two Olympic finalists. We were good friends, which is good. Yeah,
wow! I can't believe that 92 is that long ago. Wow, that's just incredible.
Neither can I.
Unbelievable stuff. What's going on? Are you still in the gym? Are you still sparring? What's been going on?
I spar every day. I train for 2 hours every day. You know, I do boxing training, do a bit of MMA, jiu-jitsu training.
Yeah.
I run probably 6 or 7 miles a day, and I'm probably lighter now than I was when I was fighting, to tell you the truth. And I never officially retired either. Don't remember that.
There you go.
I was actually up watching one of Demetrius Johnson's old fights last night on TV. And when I study someday, I stand up and actually try to like I'm standing in front of a guy. And I love Demetrius Johnson, but I've studied him for years, and I just think he's very beatable.
Yeah.
And he's pound for pound the best MMA fighter in the world.
Where do you see the holes in his game?
Because as a boxer, you know what I mean? I let my punches go a lot quicker than he would.
Yeah.
It's 1 or 2 shots at a time. And then, of course, I know how to do the takedowns and stuff like that, and how to sprawl and stuff like that. So, not saying I want to fight him, but I'm just saying, I said to Dana White recently, actually, I would love to spar with him.
Mm.
And Dana said to me, like you just said, are you still training? I'm like, I haven't stopped training.
No, but that's something. Obviously, you know, you said you said you love to spar him. You know, the last time you were on the show, I said something you've done was reach out to Mr. McGregor, to Conor and his camp and his guys. Have you heard anything back? Have you reached out to him again this time?
No, actually, I talked to Dana last week, and I told Dana, you know, while I was in Vegas, I would love to go down and watch Conor, you know, train and spar when Paulie was sparring him, and I didn't hear anything back. So I don't know, just it's weird. I'm one of the very few boxers I was at Conor's fight when he fought the MGM before he was world champion, and I actually personally went left here to go up to Vegas to go and see him, and then I said, then I gave me tickets, and of course I went backstage to meet him and stuff. So.
Yeah,
you know, not a lot of boxers really love MMA, but I do.
Yeah, obviously you've worked with the UFC before, as you said. You grapple. Have you any sort of relationship with Conor?
No, I just met him that one time. It's the only time I met him, and I've reached out to him to say, because he lives in Venice sometimes here as well, which is up the street from me, and our gym is pretty close. And I said to him, you know, come around and spar. You can run and spar. I offered to spar me, because I spar all the time, but because I throw 100 punches around. And then I had a pro fighter, Julian Ramirez, who was 16-0, and I said you can come and spar him as well, but I didn't hear anything. Maybe he doesn't do his own social media, I don't know. Maybe because he's got so many followers, he gets somebody else to do it. And then once I heard the Mayweather fight, I said I would love to help you. Not saying being his number one trainer. I understand keeping your same trainers, but it's always good to have that second mind in there. And I said I'm the only trainer / boxer that actually shared the ring with him. I was in the ring with him back in the day. With Floyd, we shared the same gym together, and I'm more friendly with Floyd than I'm with Conor, to tell you the truth. I've known Floyd since '96. You know, so we hung out in the gym together, sparred with him once, and every time he sees me, he wouldn't walk past me.
Okay. What do you think about the whole situation with the sparring? Obviously, you know, we had a quick word there before we came on. Obviously, with Paulie Malignaggi, Paulie's sort of, gone to town on the fact there was pictures released. Just give me your general thoughts on the whole, your opinion on the whole incident that went down with Paulie Malignaggi.
Well, I think, you know, Paulie must have knew that getting in there. Conor's social media all around the world, and he says this and says that. It's fine. I know that. We all know that. So Paulie had to have known that going in there. And, you know, if somebody takes a picture of if you fell over or get pushed over or get knocked down with a punch, doesn't mean anything. You know, Paulie took it personal, and I think Conor was just rubbing it in a little bit, which is good. Rubbing the Irish into the wound there, that's for sure. But
Do you think those things should be kept in house though?
yeah,
In
well, they'll
relation to
say
pictures.
what happens in the gym stays in the gym, but it doesn't. You know, that's what people say. That's the code of boxing. I've been in gym. When I sparred in Freddie Roach's gym, I trained with Freddie in 2004 and 5. You know, I'm getting in there, a new gym, which I hadn't been in, wild card, and all of a sudden you get these guys who are locals in the gym, and it's like World War III. Everybody's starting to yell this, that, and the other, and I dropped 2 guys in the gym. Not because I wanted to, because I had to, because they were trying to rip my head off. And but I didn't go around saying, oh, I did this and did that. But, you know, if somebody's going to try to take my head off in the gym, I'll just keep sparring you. And if Paulie left the camp, if that was me, I'd be staying there. If I did get knocked down or hurt, I would be there making sure that, you know, okay, I'll get him to do it again. I'll do it again and over and over and over and over. And it'll be like a pest. I'll keep coming back.
What? Yeah, no, I agree. What do you think you should do now? Obviously, you know, Tiernan Bradley's there, you know, a very good amateur boxer. Do you think he needs to bring in someone else? You know, Andre Berto is good friends with Conor, but he doesn't seem to want to get involved. Probably because of the reasons what happened with Paulie. I think something along the lines he was saying towards that. But you know, do you think he should bring in someone else now? Does he have to bring in someone else?
You've got 2.5 weeks to go. You know what I mean? And his coaches are great. You know what I mean? They're great for his career. You know, I had an amateur coach for 14 years, and I went to 2 Olympics and got the medal. But he knew he couldn't teach me anymore when I went to Eddie Fudge.
Yeah.
Did I want to leave? Did I want to leave my old coach? No, but it was the best move ever because then I was going back to school almost like I'm starting all over again. You know what I mean? So
get Wayne.
You can get the knowledge of somebody, and I say I know Floyd Mayweather, and I would say to Conor, you know, I've been in there and what he's like, and you know what, try to do this, try to do that, and I told him as well, but and say I'm still friendly with Floyd,
Yeah.
but if somebody asks my opinion, I'll give it to them, and I'll say yes, I was in there, and he's like this, he's like that, and they say I only sparred him one time, which is fine, but he never sparred me again. I remember that in the gym, everybody was asked to spar with Floyd except for me, and that was before he was his first world championship. And I went over to his dad and I said, I'll spar him. And his dad said to me, I remember at the end of the day, oh, we'll take it easy on you. I'm like, you don't have to take it easy on me. And then he says, oh, we're going to go full out. I'm like, okay. So the funny thing about Johnny Taco's gym was in Vegas, everybody surrounded the gym because they all knew me. And then Floyd started moving around doing his stuff, and I just pitter-pattered. I did certain things to him that I could teach Conor, and I just kept doing it. And then his dad yelled out, just let him punch himself out. Of course, the whole gym just burst out laughing. And while I'm punching Floyd, I just turned to his dad and said, I can do this all night. So that's why I'm trying to hit Floyd. Yeah. He's trying to hit me. I said that. Because I said to Floyd afterwards, he came over to me afterwards, we talked, and that's why we've been friends ever since. He said, I said, I'm here to help you. You're here to help me. We can learn from each other. I said, all these big guys in the gym wouldn't spar you. Yeah. And he's like, no, I understand. And then he went on to become world champion a few weeks later.
Do you think
so? I respect Floyd. I respect Floyd, especially when he came over to me afterwards and stuff. And that's why I consider him a friend.
Do you think that's the reason why he didn't want to go with you again, because you were getting the better of him?
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to go out and say that now because he'll be like, oh, this, that, and the other. Well, everybody in the gym. My wife was there. My wife was actually sitting there that day. And nobody would spar him. And he was this young kid from the Olympics. He was ready pro then. And I'm like, I'll spar you. Eddie Fudge put me on with world champion when I came to Vegas. A guy called Eddie Cook, who was a former world champion, who could knock you out with either hand, a bantamweight, and I sparred him every day. He was like a shorter Marvin Hagler. And I come home with a busted lip, busted nose. And then when I come home, my wife said, what happened to you? I'm like, oh, I held my own, don't worry. And then every day Eddie had me doing certain things, month after month, and I started fighting regular. And then I remember the last day I sparred with Eddie, I dropped him. Because he was getting better at me at the start, and then baby steps, I was getting better. I had fights, and he was a southpaw as well, and I dropped him. And Eddie Cook gave me so much respect after that, and I was like still 5 or 6 fights. And he had so much respect for me, and he was a world champion, and I was like, wow, this is unbelievable. but I said thank you for teaching me more or less. But I did drop him.
Good stuff.
He never dropped me. He never dropped me. He never dropped me.
No one dropped you, Wayne. No one. Wayne, you mentioned there, this is the interesting thing. Obviously, you sparred with Floyd. I know you're a student of the game still. You're a student of the game. You still look on. You watch martial arts. Where does Conor win this fight? If he is to win this fight, obviously he's a chance, but it's a small chance. But where is the area that Conor can cause Floyd problems here?
No, you say there's always that chance. Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas.
Of course.
It was Kevin McBride, Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
If he give him a chance, but me, I told everybody he's going to beat. He's going to beat, and they're like, "You're crazy." I'm like, Tyson has no appetite. He's done. And Kevin's big enough and strong enough to hang on and win the fight. If I was a bad man, I'd be rich.
Definitely.
No, I think with this year, I think Conor was trying to get inside Floyd's head a lot more before all the press conferences. But Floyd's been through that before. Floyd studies the man, and just like Conor does. He studies everything about the fighter and doesn't really watch much fight tapes. He just studies the person, and then he gets in there and does what he does best. And he defensively, for me, he's the best fighter ever defensively. Offensively, no, he's not. But he's brilliant defensively. And Conor's got to get inside the guard, and he's got to do certain things to get in there. And he can do certain things, but I don't know if he's being taught that in the gym. And there's certain things. Floyd said he's not the same guy he was 2 years ago, 5 years ago. He's older. He's he's going to be a bit slower. And we all know when you get slower. Floyd does have a good chin. Roy Jones Jr., when he gets slower, you get knocked out cold.
Of course.
And he's been knocked out like 5 or 6 times in the last 10, 12 years, and he's still fighting. But Roy was pound for pound the best fighter in the world in the 90s, and his reflexes were brilliant. But when he got hit, when his reflexes went, his chin wasn't good. Where Floyd's is good. So if his reflexes have gone, then Conor's got a great chance. If his reflexes are shot more than we think they are, then I think it's good night.
Yeah. Oh, no, I agree. Do you think, there's a lot of rumours going around that maybe Floyd isn't looking too well in his camp at the moment. Do you think motivation is a big thing for Floyd here? Maybe, is it a little bit harder maybe to get up to fight against the unknown, or what Conor's going to bring offensively to him?
Floyd's very, very smart. All these what the things are shown on TV, the Showtime, whatever, going up the fight week.
24/7.
Floyd's out. He's out roller skating. He's out on the bicycle down Miami, and he's doing this, doing that. Floyd's in the gym. He could train at 2 o'clock in the morning. He used to go run around our neighborhood at 3 and 4 in the morning with a Rolls Royce or a Bentley behind him. You know what I mean? I couldn't get my wife to go to bed and run with me. So. But you know what I mean. But Floyd's he's in shape. He's never out of shape. He's always in fight. Floyd could actually probably drop down to 140 again or 135 easily. I think he could. He's not that big of a guy. He's my size.
Yeah.
And he just went up because the money was there. And he's a businessman. He's a smart businessman. He's the promoter of the whole card. So any money he makes around the globe, it's going into his pocket. It's probably going to make $1 billion around the globe for sure.
Easy.
Although the tickets haven't sold in Vegas for the fight, which is surprising.
Yeah, I think the price $3,500 put off a lot of the punters.
Yeah,
from going over.
I think the cheapest ticket was $371 to sit up at the back.
Yeah.
The pair of binoculars, plus the hotel rooms are probably triple the price too.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? So I think if they drop the prices this week, they'll be sold out in 10 minutes.
Definitely. Wayne, just to talk to me there. I know we're predominantly, obviously, an audio show, but we're going to put this video out as well. Tell me about the photo up there behind you. It's brilliant.
The painting, who did that painting, Gerald? Eugene Horn from
Brilliant
Dublin.
stuff. What
he actually did it. The picture of that is actually identical.
That's fantastic. What fight was that when you won the belt?
That fight was that was actually when I came back in 2002. I think it was, wasn't it?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
When I fought, I think it was your call. When I fought for Frank Warren.
Fantastic.
It's exactly like the picture, so it is for sure.
Absolutely fantastic. Guys, have a look on the YouTube channel if you're listening to this on iTunes. Wayne, all right, what way do you see this fight panning out? Let's, obviously you're going to be as real, as honest as you can, but what do you think is going to happen in this fight?
Well, if Floyd has still got his A game, it's, nobody's expecting Floyd to lose. But Floyd, and I say, everybody says Conor has a puncher's chance. Yes, he does. Everybody has a puncher's chance. A fight is not over till the final bell goes. But he's fought, like Floyd's fought Canelo, who can bang. Shane Mosley can bang. Shane Mosley hurt him, and then Floyd knows how to recover. And they're big men as well. Mosley's he's a big enough welterweight, and Canelo's a big middleweight, junior middleweight now. Them guys can crack too, you know what I mean? So if Conor hits way harder than them and they can't see it, and you got to throw combos, you can't throw one punch at a time, you know what I mean? You can't just walk out there and throw a straight left hand, what Conor does, and he lands with it. In boxing, your hands is your weapons, you know what I mean? And you're just punching consistently to the head and the body. So that's your target. And Conor can do these small things, but I say with Floyd, if Floyd's on his A game, then he still has that chance. There's still that chance, but Floyd's not expected to lose. That's the boogies already put that out there. He's not expected to lose, but
you never know.
Worst case scenario is reflex go, and there's always that chance. You get the guy on the right, you get them on the right time at the right night. And I say to people, what happens if Floyd gets into the ring that night and stands there, and all of a sudden he feels his body feel like, something's not working here.
Yeah,
it can happen.
100%.
It can happen in one night. He may feel good now. He may step in the ring in a couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden he feels like, what's going on here? It does happen.
Definitely. A couple more for you, Wayne. I do appreciate the time. The gloves, translation to power, 10 ounce between the 4 ounce and mixed martial arts. Is that going to be a big issue, do you feel?
No, it's not. Somebody went out there and did videos about, boxing gloves are thinner and whatever. And the truth is, boxing gloves are a little bit thinner because they don't have that thick thing on the knuckle.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's where a lot of the weight is.
And if I say, if you take the wrist part of the boxing glove away, you're taking away about another 3 or 4 ounces that you don't need. Mm. Where MMA gloves only have a strap around the wrist. So if you take that part of the glove away, a boxing glove maybe weighs. I've actually fought, because I was watching a video the other night. I fought in 6 ounce gloves in boxing. I used to have the 6, and they're like nothing. And your knuckle does come right through the foam, especially when you have your hand loaded up with like gauze and wraps.
Of course.
And I know the MMA gloves because I had a pair of the official UFC gloves when I was working for them, and I've got that little bit, let's say this thickness of knuckle to protect their knuckles, of course.
Exactly.
But I don't think the gloves are. The guys can fight in bare fists. You've got bare knuckle fighting, and when you hit somebody in the chin correctly, the might go. If your name's not Wayne McCullough, of course. but you know what I mean. So you somebody can always go. Floyd's been hurt before. His legs are wobbled. Conor I haven't really seen Conor in bad. Diaz hit him with everything, but he never was really in bad trouble that way. Submission, of course, that's different. But so it's going to be the gloves. I don't think the gloves have nothing to do with it. People say, "Oh, they're thicker. These are thicker." Punch somebody with them to see whether they're thicker or not. Let somebody do a test where they actually do a full force punch. I should actually do that. I should actually do a test. Come on, somebody hit me here. They made love and a boxing glove to see. It'll be funny.
Will you be out there for the fight yourself, Wayne?
I was trying to get some. I've talked to Sky TV and stuff because they use me sometimes, but of course the budget's probably tiny, and I'm not giving up hope, of course, because they're doing. There's a friend in Vegas who's a cameraman, and they actually contacted him, so they're not bringing over their own crew and stuff, which is probably it's on pay-per-view back home, is it? That's
right, yeah, pay-per-view back on Sky, yeah.
Over here, they're putting it from like $75 up to $100 or something.
Yeah, that's right, $99.95 on HD on Showtime pay-per-view.
No, I would love to be at the fight. I would definitely love to be there. I'm not saying I won't be there. It's another 2.5 weeks, so we'll see what happens.
Are you going to try and reach out to the McGregor camp again?
I've reached many times. I've reached out to her. Maybe she does all my social media. So, I've kind of just wanted to help. It's fine. It doesn't matter. I said I talked to Dan last week and told him I'd love to go down and see him and train. And I was going to go down there, take no pictures. I'm not going to. They all know me. I'm not going to go out and take a video and leak stuff out. It doesn't mean anything, but it's fine. I don't know. If you're trying to help somebody that don't want it, then you have to help themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely. Listen, Wayne, it's been a pleasure to have you back on the show. I do appreciate the time. Where can the guys find you on Twitter?
Wayne McCullough. Everything's just Wayne McCullough.
Wayne,
Find me. Or find my daughter too. You can fit my daughter. I'll promote my daughter, get her singing and stuff.
brilliant
Or
stuff.
makeup videos. She's qualified cosmetologist now, and her makeup and
Brilliant.
stuff like that.
Brilliant stuff.
She's good. And she can fight for real. She can actually fight.
Yeah.
She can fight for real. She hits harder than I did. Believe me, she hits a lot harder.
Wayne, it's been a real pleasure and an honour to have you back on the show. Do appreciate the time, my friend.
Thank you very much.